Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday. I lose track every day. Thursday, June 25th. And you are now officially cruising with the case handler. I am your case handler, Adam Handler, partner of the personal injury department at Pollack Isaac DeSico. And I've got some very, very exciting news for everybody today. Can't wait to get into it. But first, I want to thank you so very much for tuning in this morning. You have so many options, not only on the radio, not only on TV, not only on Facebook. And the fact that you are listening or watching us now means the world to us. And to give back to the community that's embraced us, to give back to those people that have trusted myself and my firm for decades and decades when it comes to legal problems, whether it's personal injury, immigration, matrimonial, criminal defense, real estate. To give back, we are giving 100% free, no strings attached, consultations over the phone. All you have to do is give us a call and we will take care of the rest. Our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844 PPID law. I'm actually outside right now broadcasting. That's why I got my sunglasses on. It's a little bright out here because I've got sleeping children. Yes, show off. These are $25 glasses, man. Show off. You got the Gucci's, you got the Tom Fords, you got the Pradas. This is not a show off. But school is done, so the kids are sleeping. My wife said, you got to do this show outside because you get way too excited. You get way too loud. Squeeze is yelling in everybody's ear about how wonderful of a law firm that you guys are and how wonderful of attorneys and people you guys are. And you know what? The guy may be loud, but the guy is right. So again, my name is Adam Handler. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for letting us be your attorneys when the need arises. Again, 844-774-3529 or 844 PPID law. This morning, it's Thursday, so you know what that means. Thursday means we're here with Alan Kaye, the general of counsel, immigration attorney to Pollack Isaac DeSico, and the most experienced and the most well-respected immigration attorney within how many miles would you say, Nelson? About how many miles radius does that characterization fall into? 500 miles, 1,000 miles?
I'd say 1,500.
I'd say about 500.
500 miles. So the most experienced and well-respected immigration attorney within 500 miles of New York City. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Nelson. We got to wake you up, brother. We got to wake you up. Conrad is not here this morning. He'll be on later today in the afternoon show. Thursdays, remember, we do the afternoon shows on Thursdays. And the big guy just doesn't have, I guess, 2 shows in him. So here we are, the Warriors. We will rock through the next 30 minutes or so. But without further ado, I've got to introduce the co-pilot, the co-creator of this wonderful show we call Cruising with the Case Handler, and that's David Annakie. David, wagwan, King.
Wagwan, big man. Everything good?
Things good, man. Things good.
All right. Oh, man. Look at that. Adam speaking patois. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, he already introduced the show. I want to say thanks to each and every one joining us. You are on Facebook. You're on the radio. I need for you to start sharing, ladies and gentlemen. Just start sharing the page. It's very important. That's what I want everyone to do. Can you actually, I need everyone who's watching us now, do us a favor here. We're going to be answering immigration questions. We're going to be talking on personal injury attorney. Can everyone share the page to at least 10 people? Share the page to at least 10 people. You know, that's what I want everybody to do right now before we actually start the show. I want you all to share the page to at least 10 people. Don't be like Nelson, who is not on social media. I just had to squeeze that in there, man.
I know, I saw.
Couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. But in his defense, you know, Adam Handler, the case handler, I was not on social media until I started my own practice back in January of 2015. I was just never really into it. And Nelson, you can't imagine the world that exists out there, both good and bad. On social media, you know, there's such wonderful things that you can explore and connect. but there's also the very annoying things that, you know, there's so much out there that is just not true and fake
No,
news.
absolutely.
Sounds like life.
I think it gives people a platform who don't normally have a platform. I mean, when I went to college, we used typewriters. You know, if I haven't stayed in contact with you, it's okay. You know, I'm just not a big social media type of guy.
You know what though? You know what, David, and all that stuff that you see in social media, and you know, we all see things that resonate with us in a good or bad way. But I always like to hear. I need to know what the other side is thinking and doing. That's why. I really check, you know, a lot of these things on Facebook and Instagram. I know what I think. I know what my beliefs are. I know what my family and my close friends' beliefs are. I need to know what the other side is saying, because unless you know what the other side is saying, you can't properly prepare yourself. And I guess that comes down to my skills as a trial attorney, right? I know what my client's case is about. I know what I need to present to the judge and the jury to be successful for my client. But what I really need to know more than that is what the other side's doing, what the other side's thinking, what the other side's going to say, because I have to plan my defense and able to promote my offense. So I guess I just came to the realization just now, boom, an epiphany as to why I really do take social media very, very seriously, because there are some lunatics out there that you got to know about. And that being said, I don't want to bore everybody with my personal opinions on social media, especially because you're probably watching on it right now. But you know, today is a beautiful day that we've had an amazing stretch of weather here in the New York area. I think we finally need a little rain, but you know, we'll take the sunshine for a few more days. School is out. I've been reading online, shocker, like I just said, that coronavirus is on the uptick in a lot of states that weren't requiring you know, masks and you know, really adhering to social distancing rules. So that is not unexpected. Very frustrating though, because we've been through so much here in New Jersey and New York and Connecticut, you know, really hunkering down and battling it out and sacrificing. And now all of a sudden it seems like we're taking steps backwards. So who knows what we should even be doing these days? I guess doing what we're still doing, that's staying home and staying away from people. So people, you know, be safe out there, be smart, please. The rest of us are counting on you not to be jerks. What's going on in immigration, Alan? Tell me any updates since last Thursday?
I was just about to say, yeah.
One of the things to keep in mind is that immigration is running out of, USCIS is running out of money. And so they are thinking about furloughing, putting aside about 75% of their personnel. Now, the furlough is supposed to take effect in July. Lately, they're talking about maybe taking effect in August. But if there is a furlough, obviously it's going to slow down everybody's immigration cases that are pending before USCIS. So keep in mind possibility of furlough. Every time we're on the program, we will tell you what the latest is, but if it happens, it's going to be bad news for everybody who has cases pending through the USCIS. In addition, and I'm going to turn to Nelson now, there's some terrible possibilities going on with political asylum. Now, a lot of the people watching this program may not be interested or be able to file for political asylum, but some people may. Nelson, what's going on with political asylum?
Well, it's asylum is not just political, right? Asylum could be based on several other factors. But basically what's happening now is that they're trying to gut and revamp the whole asylum process. Obviously, this would make it a lot more difficult for people to file for asylum. Again, this is obviously a common theme, right? This is what's been happening for the last 3 years. They've basically just tried to make it harder for anyone trying to legalize their status in the United States. I mean, you know, getting back to asylum, one of the biggest changes, or one of the biggest problems, which is set to go into effect, I believe, relatively soon, is that, you know, before you had to wait 150 days after filing for asylum in order to qualify for employment authorization. They're talking about extending that period of time and having people wait 1 year before they're eligible for employment authorization. You know, it's something I don't understand. Well, I mean, I guess I do understand, Obviously, if you don't work, how do you support yourself? How do you support your family? How do you pay for your attorney? How do you pay your bills? How do you survive? But again, I guess it's all premeditated. I guess it's done intentional to prevent people from applying, to prevent people from coming to the United States and applying or filing for asylum.
Right. Now, also, what keep in mind that immigration has, USCIS has told people that they're opening now, and the first thing they're going to focus on is naturalization. So if you have filed for naturalization and you had an appointment and they canceled it, or you have filed for naturalization, you haven't been called yet they're focusing on the ceremonies where you had your interview, you passed the interview, they were calling you in for swearing in, and it got postponed or you never got called in. That's the first priority. So they hope to finish these cases by the end of July, where people will be called in to be sworn in as U.S. citizens. No guests, you have to go yourself. But this is something, on the front burner of USCIS to finish the naturalization ceremony. Next, after the naturalization ceremony, they will be calling people in for naturalization interviews. So that's going to get the second level after the naturalization ceremonies. Again, maybe you can go with your lawyer. Your lawyer maybe be able to be on a video while you're in the room. Your lawyer doesn't have to be there with you. You have to wear a face mask. You can't go into USCIS and 26 Federal Plaza at all without an appointment. You have to bring a pen, black or blue pen. You have to wear a face mask. Everything is changing now. Now, also the same thing, the application support centers where you would go to get fingerprinted, those are reopening now starting July 13th in a phased-in process. So we'll talk more on this later or tonight about what else is going on with asylum offices. But this is the highlights for the local district offices and the highlights for the application support center where you go in to be fingerprinted.
There you go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us right here on 93.5 WVIP FM. My name is David Annakie, and of course, we run this radio show each and every single weekday between 6 and 10. And of course, Cruising with a Case Handler, a segment within the show, comes on at 8:30 a.m. Monday through Fridays. We do repeats and we do plugs on the weekends between the hours of 6 and 8 on Saturdays, and between 12 noon and 2 p.m. on Sundays. We want to say much respect to all the people who have been using the firm PPID. We see hundreds of people who have called the firm PPID. They've spoken with the Nelson Madrids, the Kayes, the Conrad Pollacks, and many other attorneys at the firm, a firm that was built on immigration. Approximately 6 years ago, Adam Handler, the case handler, joined the firm, okay? And of course, he's the head of the personal injury department and a partner there. And he has settled well over $120 million for his clients. Now, if you're listening to this, it's extremely important that you pass this on to everyone that's out there. There is absolutely no one that is as good and as aggressive as Adam Handler as a personal injury attorney. No one. Pardon the planes passing by, all right? There's no one that is as good. So if you get hurt in an accident, don't just go to Adam Handler because Squeeze says so. Go to Adam Handler because he's truly the best. He's truly the one that you want to get the maximum amount of money when you get hurt in an accident. So once again, car accident, automobile accident, truck accident, bike accident, construction accidents, that's a must. Don't even think twice. You go to Adam Handler if you are in a construction accident. Medical malpractice, definitely. Nursing home incidents, definitely. Any accidents, call Adam Handler, the case handler. And he has been on this station for over 15 years. Call him now. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. We've got the Maverick, a man who is very experienced when it comes to certain immigration benefits at the firm, okay, where the law is concerned. His name is Nelson Madrid. That's his real name. We've got Kaye. He's the general, okay, one of the most experienced individual in this hemisphere. I tell you what, how about if I make sure that everyone that's watching this on Facebook, everyone that's listening listening to us on 93.5. How about if we ensure, gentlemen, that everyone gets a free, 100% free consultation, phone consultation, immigration right now? And prove me wrong. If you call and you don't get an immigration consultation absolutely free over the phone, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said yesterday, I'll get off the radio. Can't wait to see one day when Nelson jumps on and said, by the way, Squeeze, I forgot to tell you, man, we're not doing any more free consultations. But then I'll be screwed. But listen up. Prove me wrong. I'll prove me right. Dial this number now. I want everyone out there who've got questions about their green cards, about their status, about what's happening with the ban. You know, I need for you to get help with the attorneys. The number is 844. Call now, right this second. Okay, on a Thursday, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make a call, 844-774-3529. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. If it has to do with U.S. immigration, these attorneys will speak with you for free where the consultation is concerned. 844-774-3529. Call before the top of the hour, and you will be guaranteed that free phone consultation off the air, privately and confidentially, with one of the attorneys. Let me repeat the number. Got to say it many times. 844-774-3529. Call for that free phone consultation. 844-774-3529. Let's go to the shark, aka the case handler, Adam Handler. True
Hey,
success
man.
story time, man.
We had a, what do you say?
I said true success story, man.
Yeah, well, we don't have to go back that far. We had a nice day yesterday. Remember you called me around 12:45 and wanted to talk, and then I didn't give you a call back till about 4:30.
Right.
For that. Well, what was your boy doing in that 4 hours? Your boy was in a mediation. What's a mediation? A mediation is an out-of-court conference to try to resolve and settle a case. Under normal circumstances, we go to some sort of office in the city or on Long Island, and we all sit down in a big conference room and we discuss the case and try to work out the best possible settlement to avoid having to go to trial. We have a case in which a gentleman came to us about a year ago. He was on a bicycle. He was actually riding his bike in Brooklyn, and a van made a U-turn in the middle of the street right into him, knocked him off his bike, broke a few ribs, broke his thumb, and did physical therapy for about a year. The insurance company told me that they would probably pay him about $150,000 to $250,000 to settle the case, which is obviously a lot of money. And you have to remember, personal injury money is 100% tax-free here in the United States. It's an exemption from the IRS code because it's really not income; it's compensation. There's a difference. Income is, you go to somebody's house and perform a service and they pay you. That's income. Or you hire an attorney and he does something great for you and you pay him, that's income. But personal injury is compensation. It's trying to make you whole again. Like I said, the only remedy in the civil justice system here in the United States is money, right? That's to compensate you for your pain and suffering, compensate you for your medical bills, and of course, compensate you for your time out of work. What we were able to do yesterday was absolutely, absolutely wonderful. We had eventually they did offer the $250,000 to settle the case. I called the client and he was absolutely ecstatic. I said, we have a $250,000 offer, which is really the maximum they wanted to pay in this case. What do you want to do? He goes, take it. That's an unbelievable amount. Now, this is an out of status immigrant, does not have a social security number, works off the books for probably, I'm guessing, $10 to $15 an hour. I don't want to disclose what he does, but $10 to $15 an hour. And you know what I did when he told me that he wanted to take the $250, please? What did I do? What? I'm sorry. You know what? My apologies.
What did
Can you hear me?
What did you do?
No. We're just getting to the good part. I can't hear anything.
What did you do? What did you do? Nelson, you can hear me, right?
Now I can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right. What did I? Sorry, folks.
What did you do?
What do you think I would do when they say 250 is the maximum offer?
I wouldn't take it. I mean, I would presume you wouldn't take it. I'm just, presuming right now. So
Well,
I mean,
you presumed right. I said, you know what? It's unacceptable. 250 is an insult to settle. The 250 is really the right number.
Although the client was saying, take it.
Sure.
I believe that you would be the shark that I know you are, and the good shark for your client, and go after them with bigger teeth and bigger jaws.
Yeah.
So that's what I would presume you would do. That's
yeah,
what
and listen, $250,000, $250,000, for some broken ribs and a broken thumb is that's, trust me, dude. You'd be surprised. That's pretty much market value for a case like this. But I knew that would be better.
If I get broken ribs due to an accident that is not my fault, right? And I come to you, I don't want to hear you tell me, Squeeze, you want to take 250? Don't even call me. You already know the answer. Okay, broken ribs. Do you know how much? You think about it right now. Let's take me out of the picture. What if Nelson get broken ribs? Do you know how much business and work he cannot do, knowing Nelson? Okay, do you know how much you think Nelson would settle for $250,000? He'd say, Adam, come on, man, don't let me tell you something. Go for the juggler, man.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't settle for 250,000, because you would have made me sound like a real jerk right now. Oh my God. And it's a good thing I didn't settle for 350,000 or 400,000 or 450,000. It's a good thing I didn't take the $500,000 they were offering. You know what? It's now that I've been talking to you, I feel very, very confident that I knocked it out of the park for this guy yesterday by settling it for $550,000.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking.
More than double their maximum offer yesterday. $550,000 for a gentleman that was knocked off his bike in Brooklyn a year ago. The papers are being signed today. The money will be in his bank account in the next few weeks, tax-free. This is a gentleman that sends money every week back home to his family. Every week. He came here years ago to support them and he sends it to his parents, he sends it to his sister, and he sends it to his niece. And I know that because while he's been out and we've been trying to get him, his time out of work compensated for, we've had to wire the money to these individuals overseas. So an unbelievable result. Super excited. Maybe one day we'll have him on, but certainly going to be a true life success story and a testimonial Tuesday.
Adam, tell him Squeeze him off a come on the show, man. All right.
What's this? What do you think? Because he's my client, he's from the Caribbean? You won't even understand what that means, man.
I didn't say that, but I'm telling you. All right, I'm telling you. But here's what. Hopefully, and I know you are. So, I'm just saying. Hopefully, one of the things that we all need to do, and I'm saying this especially, and I'm not being biased, but maybe I'm being a little bit biased, especially within our culture here, the Caribbean culture. All right, we need to be more educated about how we invest monies of that magnitude or capacity when we get it. It's extremely important, because I know we come from cultures where we never had certain things, so we get large sums of money and we jump off the deep end and start getting everything that we believe we should. I think one of the first things that we should do is sit down with a financial advisor / planner and put that money to good use, so that you can continuously have money potentially for the rest of your life. So
of course, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. That's certainly something that I emphasize and stress whenever I get a big settlement for a client. And in fact, I have contacts that will be able to open up those accounts for him, notwithstanding the fact that he does not have a social security number. He does have valid ID, a valid passport. So my job doesn't end when I hand him the check. In fact, sometimes I think my job is just beginning, because I've had situations, and that was years ago, before I was more aggressive in asserting my opinions about what they should be doing with the money. But I remember years ago when I just kind of wrote the check and saw them on their way. I would hear stories that hundreds of thousands of dollars were blown in only a matter of a few months, just because they didn't know what to do with it. They were taken advantage of, and they say more money, more problems, and it could be an incredibly stressful time. I once had a guy. He was getting $100,000, right? This guy had nothing before. He was getting $100,000. And I remember it was like 6 or 7 weeks after the settlement, and he still didn't come to pick up his check. And I called him up I said, "What's going on, man?" He's like, "I'm too nervous. I don't." It was like an anxiety. It was a fear of taking that money. And I said, "Well, you should just ask me. I'll help you." And we did the right thing. We set him up with a reputable bank and made sure the money was protected. But I'll never forget how interesting I thought it was that somebody could be having so much anxiety over obtaining that amount of money when they've never had that money before. They were literally scared to take the money. And it was money that compensate him for his injuries. It's not like he did anything wrong to get it. That money was 100% rightfully his. I mean, declared by the court rightfully his. So anyway, we do some special things here, and this is just another example of the job we do, and we're doing it notwithstanding the pandemic. We're doing it notwithstanding the culture and climate with respect to immigrants. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you're doing here. If you're a good human being and you've been the victim of negligence and you want us to help you, we're here to help. Our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844 PPID law. Let's get a few minutes of immigration in before top of the hour, and then we'll see you on the flip side of 9 a.m.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cruising with the Case Handler. Do check it out each and every single weekday morning in New York on 93.5 WVIP FM. Yes, it's a real commercial radio station, not some other radio station. And also, we're on Facebook Live. Okay, make sure you check us out here also. Please, if you're watching us on Facebook now, could you do us a favor and just share the page that you're watching, the David Annakie page, the Adam Handler's page, the PPID page. If you could do that, we really would appreciate it so that more people can actually join us right here. All right, let's just go to a quick question here. Please, just want to know if our F2A immigrant visa are eligible to be renewed because we were not able to travel due to border closure.
What was the question? I know it's an F2A case, and F2A is the
They just want
husband.
to know if it's eligible to be renewed, because they were not able to travel due to border closure.
All right, so the idea is that F2A is the husband and wife of permanent residents, unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents. If you're legally here, you might be able to get your file for your visa here in the United States. If you're not legally here, you're going to have to go back home, pick up your visa at the American consulate. But if you've been here out of status for more than 6 months, when you go back home, you'll be subject to a 3-year bar. If you're out of status for more than a year, you'd be subject to a 10-year bar. So if that's the case and you're going to have to go home to get the visa, you'll need a waiver. And waiver is based on extreme hardship to your husband or parents. So this is something you certainly really should talk to.
Definitely need an attorney. They definitely need you, Alan, or Nelson, because they don't want to do a waiver themselves. So they really should call
Right.
you at 844-774-3529. So call the number right now. The consultation is absolutely free. Call quickly. If you call within the next few minutes, you'll get a free phone consultation off the air. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Let's see if we can get this one answered in under 30 seconds. My mom petitioned for me and my son was added waiting to go and do our medical. My question is, my son is 24 years old and will be, didn't we do this one yesterday? I don't know if I thought we did that one yesterday. All right. Okay.
It makes you feel better. I wasn't listening yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
my visa expired last month because of COVID-19. I'm the spouse of a green card holder. Can the U.S. Embassy renew my visa, or it is impossible in this time because of the proclamation? Yeah, we have some questions on Facebook we didn't get to answer. You guys got that? Okay, you're muted, Nelson.
It's going to be tough, simply because of that presidential proclamation. It's a priority class. The presidential proclamation does not apply to the spouse of a U.S. citizen. She's the spouse of a permanent resident. So she's basically, she won't be able to come in until at least next year.
Okay. All right. We're going to the top of the hour, but we will continue on Facebook. So all the folks who would like to get their immigration questions answered, just switch to Facebook. My page's name is David Annakie, or you can go to Adam Handler or you can go to PPID. Call us now for a free consultation, 844-774-3529, 844-PPID law.
It's 9 o'clock.
All right. Let's continue here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check us out each and every single weekday as we stated here. All right. We want to make sure that everyone is getting their questions answered right here. And of course, I would love for Nelson or Alan to touch on the whole public charge thing and why people should actually not be doing their cases themselves. I think we need to reiterate that, anyone doing any adjustment of status or anything like that in that nature should actually be done by you guys, one of the attorneys there at PPID. What say you, Nelson or Alan?
Public charges are going to be a real tough thing. And if you file your immigration case yourself and you're expecting to have an interview at immigration sometime in the future and you don't have a lawyer, public charge can hit you in the face. It's a very hard thing to deal with. There's a form that has to be filled out called the 944. You have to show a lot of different things, and immigration can deny your case just because of public charge use. You don't have a lawyer, you certainly should have a lawyer look at your case, even if you filed it already, to see if you'll have public charge problems, and you probably will. So you want to see somebody in our firm to go over your case and talk to you about public charge.
Okay. All right. So we got a couple of questions here. My God, I didn't realize that we had that much people watching. Did you realize that, Adam?
Dude, I was just checking that out, man. I mean, that's incredible. The numbers, it's Alan Kaye. It's the general. People want to hear what this guy's got to say.
All right, man.
Nobody wants to hear about my, $500,000 or $1 million victories. They want to hear Alan Kaye and the important information that's going to affect their lives and their family lives for generations to come. So let's lay it on them, man.
Man, Jesus, look at all these people. Do us a favor, share more, share. By the way, everybody find Nelson's number and send him a social media link. It's an inside joke. Will the new
he won't get it.
Will the new executive order that was signed a couple of days ago about freezing visas until the end of the year, will it affect in country H-2B workers who are trying to get an extension?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it will.
Yes, yes, it will. H-2B applies to landscapers, housekeepers, and construction workers. And basically, H-2B was one of the visa categories that this presidential proclamation targets or basically prevents from coming into the United States.
There's a question, if somebody is here on an H-2B and is legally here, may be able to get an extension here. But Nelson is right that you won't be able to get a visa from the consulate now. That's frozen under Trump's proclamation, which relates to non-immigrant visas, his latest proclamation.
Right. All right. So here's another one here. And the questions are coming in on Facebook. Once
It's
again,
on fire right now.
Yeah, place your questions on Facebook. Share the page, though. All right. If you're going to ask questions, we ask for you to share the page. If you're just watching us, share the page anyway. Let's just blow this up. All right. Here's another one. I have an immigrant visa before the proclamation, F2A. Can I come when they open the borders?
No. If you have a valid visa, I mean, was it already approved? Do you have it in your hand? Do you have a stamp?
Sama, just respond to that and let me know, and I'll.
If it's pending, again, it's a preference category. All preference categories are basically put on hold until the end of the year. F2A is a preference category. F2A is spouses and children of permanent residents. Again, the presidential proclamation does not apply to spouses of United States citizen and minor children. Minor children are children under the age of 21. The presidential proclamation does not apply to them. F2A is spouses and children of.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. It was in the comment section here. All right. And once again, folks, this is Cruising with the Case Handler. The number to call the law firm to get a free phone consultation. Yes, I said free, with an attorney, off the air, privately and confidentially. But you got to reach out to them by calling 844-774-3529. However, place your questions here for immediate answers. This is good. The numbers are going up. Okay. Let's get another.
David, I'm sorry if I could interject. Just a couple of things before I forget. Newark Immigration Court is scheduled to resume or open on July 13th of this year. 26 Federal Plaza and 290 Broadway, which are the immigration courts in New York, have been postponed until at least July 10th, 2020. So I wanted to get that out there because I forgot when we were on the air earlier. Also, I wanted to mention PPID has 3 convenient locations. One in Westchester, 906 South Street in Peekskill, New York. 107 Avenue I, Brooklyn, New York. And our main office is on 225 Broadway, 3rd floor, New York, New York. And we hope to be opening up on July 6th. So, you know, that's good news. I'm not sure exactly when we'll start seeing people in person. But again, the fact that we're scheduled to reopen on July 6th, I think is we're going in a positive direction.
I like that. I like that. Once again, thanks to each and every one. You guys are true troopers. You have been sharing the page and making this page grow exponentially as we answer your immigration questions and speak on personal injury. You guys are the best. And I'm going to be shouting out some of you shortly. All right. Esma here on Facebook says, what about people with expired visas? Here we go. F2A, spouse of a green card holder, because of COVID-19 issued before Trump's proclamation. Will the embassy renew their visas when they open, or they're banned as well? Please,
No.
We need your answer. Thank you so much for the efforts you are doing to help us.
No, unfortunately, they are banned till at least the end of the year, and they will not be renewed. Again, that's a preference category.
Right.
All preference categories are subject to the ban, to the presidential proclamation. Immediate relatives are not. Immediate relatives, once again, are the spouses and children under the age of 21 of U.S. citizens.
Okay.
So any preference category, David, brothers and sisters of citizens, spouses and children of permanent residents, children over the age of 21 of United States citizens, all of those are subject to the presidential proclamation. Get out there and vote. Vote, and let's make change. Let's obviously make positive change and prevent this from happening in the future.
Definitely. All right. Once again, folks, the number for the attorneys, call them off air, 844-774-3529. But don't just get the free phone consultation. Hire them afterwards. They're the best in the business, in my opinion. Okay. 844-774-3529. Dinesh says, hi, I'm a petitioner for a spouse. My I-130 is not approved yet. What do you think USCIS will process? Do you think they will process those applications and hold on to interview, or will they halt even the process?
Is she a permanent resident, or is she a citizen? Is her spouse in the United States, or is her spouse in Jamaica? If she's a United States citizen and her spouse is in Jamaica, she can start the process.
Or wherever. I don't think it's Jamaica or wherever, but go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Or if her spouse is back home, you know, if she's a United States citizen, she could start the process. If she's a permanent resident, she could start the process, because again, to file a petition for someone takes time. So he won't be in here, even if she filed the petition and there was no presidential proclamation, chances are he would not be in the United States by the end of December. It takes time. It typically takes anywhere from 8 months to a year just for that petition to be approved.
Okay, 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. Here's one for you, Alan. I want to know if the K-1 visa is involved in this decision. Please explain what a K-1 visa is also.
K-1 visa is a fiancé of a U.S. citizen. The U.S. citizen files a petition for the fiancé. The fiancé is outside the United States. When the petition is approved, the beneficiary who wants to get the K-1 visa will be called into the American consulate for an interview. American consulates are very suspicious of K-1s, and generally they ask for a lot of information because they want to make sure that this is going to be a real marriage, not just to get the person here. So if the K-1 is approved, you come here on a K-1, it's good for 90 days. If you get married within 90 days, then you can file to change the green card and you don't have to go home. So K-1 fiancé visa, but it might take up to a year to get immigration to approve it. And then it has to be processed through the National Visa Center. But it's a good visa, but it's a fiancé visa.
Gotcha. All right. And once again, that's Alan Kaye. We call him the general because him have the links them. He's got the connections with the Department of Homeland Security. All right. I love doing the show with these great attorneys, a phenomenal panel that we have each and every single day here. Linda, no problem. We'll get a big shout out to the nurses at nurse DaCosta at the Mount St. John's Hospital. She's locked in with her coworkers. So I got to say much respect to all the folks out here. Now, Samaya wants you to repeat the answer to this question. She said she missed it. I have an immigrant visa before the proclamation, F2A. Can I come when they open the borders? Sorry, Nelson. If you don't mind answering that again.
All right, what happens is
Okay.
Go ahead.
Individuals with valid visas prior to the proclamation effective date are not subject to the proclamation.
All right. Yep. Thank you. All right. What are you laughing for, man?
Because you got some action back there, man.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. All right. All right. You don't want to see what's going on, man. Poor guy. But fall down, then sue me. Then Adam Allen be like, I got a case against you, man. All right. Anyway, the numbers. I mean, the numbers on social media is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I want to say thanks to everybody checking out this show. All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the phone number to call is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Here's another pinned question, gentlemen, as we get some action going here. I am a wife of a U.S. citizen. We filed on January 22nd. Do you think it's wise to fly into the U.S. on my B1, B2 visa?
If you're wife of a U.S. citizen,
right,
and you're not here,
they got a B1, B2.
Have a B1, B2 visa.
Yeah,
you could have a problem coming in at the airport if they check and see that you have a petition pending for an immigrant visa. But if they let you in on the visitor's visa, theoretically later on, if you change your mind and decide, well, I don't want to go back home to pick up the visa, I'll get it here, you might be able to get it here. And normally when the petition is filed, the petitioner, the U.S. citizen, says, where is person going to get, my wife going to get the visa? And most likely you check at the consulate back home. And so when the petition is approved, it's going to be sent back there. So the answer to the question is, even though a petition is pending, theoretically you might be able to come in as a visitor. But if immigration picks up that you have an immigrant visa case pending, they could give you a hard time.
Can I just jump in here real quick? And it's just every time Alan, gives information out, I really just think about, him and how long he's been practicing. And I want to stress this, and it's really, really important. And I think this is why our firm is just so incredibly successful, right? We are practicing attorneys. Alan is a practicing attorney. Nelson is a practicing attorney. I am a practicing attorney. What does it mean to be a practicing attorney? All right. Mm-hmm. Practicing attorney is not just somebody that's out there bringing in business. That's extremely important. Trust me, no law firm can exist without somebody being the quote unquote rainmaker, bringing the clients in, right? But a practicing attorney is different. A practicing attorney is somebody that meets with clients, works on the cases, and goes to court on behalf of the clients and goes and battles it out for the best possible outcome. So if you get into an accident, I am your attorney. I am the practicing attorney. I have an associate, Matt Goodstein, and I have paralegals that will work on the case with me. We work as a team. But I'm the one going to court. Matthew is the one that's going to court. I'm the one settling the case. Matthew's the one settling the case. We work together as a team as practicing attorneys. Alan meets with clients. Alan works on the cases. Alan goes to court. Alan sees all of those people over at Federal Plaza or the Visa Center, and they know him by face and by name because he's present and active and practicing. The same thing with Nelson. So if you want the best fighting chance possible, right? If you want to put yourself in the best position for the most successful outcome in your case, and you can choose to go with either a practicing attorney or a non-practicing attorney, I would ask you to think very carefully before you make that decision. I certainly know that if, God forbid, I had some sort of legal issue, I would sleep a little bit easier at night knowing that the attorney I'm hiring is actually the attorney that's going to be working on my case, and not just an attorney that's going to dish it off and hand the file to somebody that you have never even met before. That's how we do it at Pollack, Isaac DeSico. That's why we're different than other law firms, and that's why we're really, really good at what we do. Our phone number is 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID Law. PPID, Pollack, Isaac DeSico Law. 844-PPID Law.
Okay. And once again, folks, if you're watching this and you want to definitely watch it every weekday at 8:30 a.m., okay, do me a favor, or even if we change the time, you want to know, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to get notification on the page that you're watching. Just subscribe to get the notification. Every time we go live, it will pop up on your mobile device or your computer, and you'll know that we're live with the attorneys. You'll know that the attorneys are live. Once again, this is called Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. We're speaking with attorneys. My name is David Annakie. I'm a businessman and a radio broadcaster here in the New York tri-state area and other parts of the world. And we are very happy as to what we have created here with these wonderful and phenomenal and experienced attorneys. You're talking about attorneys that work with a firm that's been around for close to 60 years, a lot older than myself here, all right? And most people on this panel, taking a small jab at everybody here, you know. And a quick question here on immigration again. Raquel Stone said that she just subscribed. Tom Ron Vassiana, he wants us to repeat the answer to his question. You see, you all gotta pay attention.
Shout out to Jeffrey Richards, who's been posting all morning on the show. Thank you so much, my brother.
Okay. And La Bustarde Reyes, F2A visa under 221G, submitted docs and passport to embassy on March. And unfortunately, we were under the proclamation. Do we have a chance to be waived?
If you're under the proclamation, you're going to have to wait until it expires. But in the meantime, 221G means that they wanted something was not completed. So you really want to try to follow up, give the consul everything they need so that when the proclamation is lifted, the visa will be ready for you. So the question is, we want to find out, why did they 221G you? What was missing? But again, try to follow up, give them everything they want, or we can help you at PPID with that. And when the proclamation is lifted, then the visa will be ready for you.
Right. David, again, individuals with valid visas prior to the proclamation's effective date are not subject to the proclamation. This was not a valid, this wasn't approved. In fact, they asked for additional evidence. So if they ask for additional evidence, they can't approve it until they get that evidence. So unfortunately, you were in the process and you're stuck till at least the end of the year.
Gotcha. All right. Adam, what do you think about everything that's happening here, man? Viviana says, please, we are in a deep state of despair and sadness, although a lot of this is repetitive. Any help you can
vote.
Give us? I'm a wife of an LRP, and
not everybody can, though. That's why they need our help to maybe become citizens. You know, I said this a couple of days ago. I'm so sick and tired of people complaining all the time. You know, you're allowed to complain when you actually are doing something to change it. But if you're not doing anything and you're just going to complain, you know, save it. You know, make a difference. Change your life. Change your family's life. Change your society by voting. And if you're unable to vote and you have the ability to change your status to make sure that you can vote either in this election or future elections, do it. And if you don't, shame on you. Don't complain to me. Don't complain to Nelson. Don't complain to the general. Don't complain to Squeeze. If you have the ability to make change, or you have the ability to be able to make change and change your status, march forward, my friends, and I'll march with you. But if you are just sitting around, just watching the world go by and unhappy with what you see and don't do anything about it, save it, because I'm not interested.
You know, Squeeze, this was this administration's platform, right? This is what he sold, and this is what he told everyone he would do. And obviously he's made good on his word. Things have not gotten easier, you know, and the fact that people continue to wait, it's not going to get easier. You know, it's only going to get more difficult. So, you know, it's something to keep in mind.
Absolutely. You want to read that one off, Nelson? That's in your
My
chat.
my mom filed for me. I travel until my 10-year B1 B2 was expires in March 20. I was in New York City 3 days before it expired. Immigration give me time over the time my visa expires. Just experiencing. I'm waiting on my interview now. I don't know what the question is. I'm sorry. Call. Listen. Give us a call.
Yeah.
You know, give us a call. It's a lot easier. It's more personal. You're going to speak to a live person. You know, you can ask any questions that you have. You know, sometimes we need more facts. Sometimes we need more information. You know, I'm not sure. I'll read the question. My mom filed for me. I travel until my 10-year B1, B2 was expires. A B1 expires in March 2020. I was in New York City 3 days before it expires, and immigration give me time over the time my visa expires. Just experience, and I'm waiting on my interview now.
So it sounds like her visa was extended, maybe, and she's waiting on her interview. I don't know. You know, people voice text, and it's hard to, you know, the translation doesn't come through. So just give us a call. I mean, listen, here's our phone number. We're gonna do this later today. So I think we're gonna wrap it up for right now.
We're back at 6 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. Our phone number is 844-774-3529 or 844 PPID law. No question. Don't, if you think, even, you know, somebody called me the other day, said, I didn't really want to call you guys because I thought my question was silly and I was embarrassed. No, there's no question too silly. You should be, the only way you should be embarrassed is if you don't take advantage of the free consultation, right? Why sit on your couch? Why sit in your car? Why walk around your block stressed out, not knowing what to do? We can let you know exactly what you can and cannot do. And Nelson stresses this all the time. You know, we turn away cases as well. We're not selling a dream. We don't give refunds. Why? It's not because we're unscrupulous. It's because we don't take your money unless we can help you, right? Lawyers only have to give refunds when they sell something that they're not sure they can do, take your money, fail, and then you ask for a refund. Good luck getting that refund. We don't give them because we don't fail because we don't sell the dream. You know, we may fail because something unpredicted happened. Maybe you didn't give us the full details of your case, or maybe there was a change in the law. But if we're telling you we can help you, we will succeed. And we will make sure that you're involved and comfortable in the process. Our phone number again, 844-774-3529, 844-PPID law.
You know, Squeeze, and just to address this question, my mom filed for me. Is your mother a permanent resident? Is your mother a citizen? Are you over the age of 21? Did she file before your visa expired? When did she file? How long have you been waiting? I mean, it just, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
You got some free consultations you can give them.
Right. Which would obviously be a lot easier because she would be able to answer these questions and I could give her a correct answer as opposed to just, you know, assuming facts not in evidence or facts not presented.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, right? Why don't you all take this number? All right. The number is 844-774-3529. Let me be slow. Tracy or Ali, if you can post that number or pin that number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Today's Thursday, and we got 2 for Thursdays. So make sure you tune in later on. We do the show again at 6 p.m. sharp right here. So bring your questions, bring your friends, subscribe to what it is that you're watching. Make sure you subscribe so you can see and see when we actually go live, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is, of course, a wonderful forum, and I want to say thanks to each and everyone for joining us. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. However, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful, wonderful show. 844-774-3529. Want to say thanks to you, gentlemen, and of course, we'll catch up at 6 p.m. this evening. All right?
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.